Hi everyone, welcome back to Sew Like Dotty. This is Friday Sews and what feels like a bit of a bumper edition. Why? Well, I've got a lot more sewing time on my hands these days, and at the moment I know I've talked about kind of the anxiety and stuff that I've got going on, which I've got some support with, but Carl's been away this week and I've been a bit kind of can't concentrate on TV, can't concentrate on reading. So when I felt like that, I've just popped upstairs for an hour or so and done a bit of sewing, and on top of that I've had a couple of probably fairly full sewing days or afternoons. So it won't be like this every week, but let me share what I've done. I've finished a few things off. I've finished the dress off behind, so I'll try and remember and come back to that. But I'm going to start with swimwear, because you may remember that I had almost finished this swimsuit, which is a hack. I'll talk about that shortly. So I only had the elastic to pop in the legs, and that is now done and it fits lovely. Now, a couple of you did say, will I model it? And I'm going to be honest, I'm just not comfortable with it, and I'm sure that you get that and understand. You know, I wouldn't let Carl take pictures of me on a sundowner on holiday, and so I'm not going to put them all over YouTube. I did take some last year when I maybe felt a little bit more body confident, but I'm really happy with how it fits, and I do absolutely love this ruffle. Now, this one is in two pieces, and I don't know if you can even really see that, I've just cover stitched that down, but I'm going to talk to you about the second one that I did. So let me cover the details of the costumes and how I've hacked them together. So the principle of it is the Fibre Mood Lucca, which was in special edition 2 last year, and I made this. I absolutely love this, and I am still thinking about doing a hack of this as a bodysuit, but also putting one sleeve in, and that might happen soon actually, because I just reminded myself of it this morning, and I do absolutely love it. Now with this, the ruffle comes in a piece for the front and a piece for the back, and you can do it without the ruffle on as well, which would look like this. So if anybody wants like a vest type body, it's also good for that as well. Obviously you can just download that from Fibre Mood, you don't have to have the booklet. I don't get the booklets anymore. So I was just looking at how lovely and tan she is on there. I never get that tanned, but to be fair, I'm all about looking after my skin these days a bit more. So yeah, I just adapted that to do that one. So that is swimsuit number 1, ready for the holly bobs. So I had this fabric in my stash. I think I might have shared with you that I was going to do it. Now, for the fit of the bottom, I've been using the, who's it by? Ellie & Mac waterfall swimsuit pattern, which I've had for a couple of years. I mentioned this before, I made this, and this has got a ruffle that goes right across the top of the arms, which I did make and I did like. But when it was wet, I didn't like how it clung to the top of my arm, so I wanted to modify that. But I also like the fit of the bottoms on my bottom, particularly round, like the top of my leg, you know what I mean. So with this, let me just find, there will be a picture in here somewhere. Oh, possibly not. I think there's 3 different bottoms that you can do on it. So you can do like low rise with ties, mid rise and high rise. I do the high rise. I don't think it'll come over very well in those lined runs, but let me pop that on. So I've done a mock-up. I think last week when I spoke to you, I'd done a mock-up and I'd made that one, but now I've actually made a pattern piece to cut on the fold with the front and the back, and I'd extended it by 2 inches to get it to the height that I wanted it. So I've now got that pattern and I'm sorted. However, when I made this one, I was thinking, what can I do to avoid piecing together the ruffle? And with the Ellie & Mac one, this ruffle is all in one piece. So you basically fold your fabric in half, then fold it over again. So effectively you've got a folded edge here and a folded edge here, and then you lay the ruffle piece across it like that, cut it out, and effectively you've got a circle of fabric with a hole cut out in the middle. Now obviously you don't have to finish the swimwear off, so if you can get a really good rotary cut on, that gives you a lovely neat hem and there's no joins. But I knew that piece, because it went across the arms, would be too big just to go around the bust and the back. So basically, if you follow my channel, you know me, there's not really a lot of precise measuring goes on in these situations. I kind of folded a generous centimetre in on both sides of the pattern piece and thought, let's give that a try. This stretches if I need to stretch it out, but actually worked like a dream, so I'm over the moon with it. So this one is also finished as well. And I did line this one, so I'll just show you the legs. So I had this, it looks quite nude, but it's actually like a dusty pink linen swimwear fabric, but I use it as a line, and I think I got it off Amazon. And I've also done a shelf bra in this one, but again, just like I said last time, it's not needed the I've not needed to put the elastic in because this has got a really good stretch and recovery. It's fitting under my bust and giving me the support that I need. A few people have said that they're thinking about doing swimwear or maybe using activewear, a bit nervous about it, etc. So I am thinking about doing maybe a like sewing with swimwear vlog. Let me know if that's something of interest. It wouldn't be a Friday sews, it would be a standalone one. But yeah, I might just dive in and do it anyway. But if you're interested in it, please just mention something in the comments. I'm not an expert at all, but what I might do is kind of, when I make the next one, just sort of do some little how I'm doing it sort of things. Does that make sense? I'm really rubbish at describing that, but I really like this, and I'm pleased I lined this one. I didn't line the darker one, but I did line this one just to cover the tummy up a little bit better and things. So that is swimsuit number 2. We go away in May, so I feel like I'm very on track with that. So I will just move those to the side. Now, I had this swimsuit fabric, so this is probably really drifting into my May plans, but it might happen before then. But when I looked at it, I didn't have enough to do it and do the ruffle. I couldn't remember where I got it from. I thought I'd got it from Stitching Ink, but I spotted it on Pound Fabrics. I'm going to say £4.99 a metre, but I might be wrong. I'll pop a link to it in the description box. So as I say, I already had it. It's very me. I know the colours are very similar to the last one, but the floral is different. So I just picked up another metre of this because they only sell by the metre. So I'll absolutely more than have enough. I may have enough just to self-line it actually. So we will see. But I also picked up, I think this might have been £3 or £3.99 a metre, some plain swimwear fabric in this blue. Now I'm going to use this as a lining fabric. There's no reason why you couldn't use it as swim fabric. I do feel it's slightly more see-through and you definitely need to line it, but I don't feel it's got the same stretch and recovery as the other, so I'd probably be inclined to use it as lining, which is absolutely what I got it for. Just at that price, I thought it can go in my stash, because I've got a navy blue swim fabric still that I'm going to probably use next year. It'll just roll over to next year with rainbows on. I might have shared that with you before, and I knew this would line that perfectly, and I just thought, yeah, it's a good price to just stock up on that. I'll try and remember and put a link into that as well. So that's swimwear. I did pop into First for Fabrics a couple of days ago. It feels like ages since I've been in store, and Julie said it's ages since I've seen her. I said, no, but now I have other days off than a Monday. I will be here more often. Now, I'd seen this fabric pop up on their stories, I think last week. There's a new range of viscose they've got in, and they're all £8.95 a metre, and there are 2 different colourways in it, and I did fall a little bit in love with it, I've got to say, but I really wanted to get into store and see it, so I won't tease you anymore. I'll hold it up because I think it's called Marble. I'll pop a link in the description box to this as well, but I just think it's absolutely stunning. Don't you agree? I'm sure you do. I can't remember what the other colourway is, but this is sort of all of my colours. I feel like my hair's getting lighter as well, maybe because I've been in the sun. But I probably need to get the pinkier bits closer to my face and the blues when I'm cutting it out. I've not got a concrete plan for this as yet. Again, I'm maybe drifting in a little bit into May plans. I was going through my Fibre Mood patterns because I have got some dress patterns. I am thinking about maybe the Elodie dress, but I feel like that's very similar to the Judy dress or the Indigo dress. I thought about a Friday Pattern Company Davenport dress, and I did think about a Belle dress by Style Arc, but I'm not sure. And there is a new drop of Fibre Mood, and I do have a subscription, so that drops later this week, and by the time this vlog goes out, it's probably already dropped, so there may be a new pattern in there, you never know, that I might fancy. I've decided to stop shying away from things that are slightly more fitted with zips in, because you know what? I just thought, I've got fabrics that I'm keeping for the day that I feel slim enough to, you know, make something in that special fabric. Well, there's always a special fabric, so I've just decided, you know, let's get things made, really. And yeah, I do like to alter things, as you'll see shortly, so if something needs altering later, then I can just alter it, can't I? It's not the end of the world. So this is washed, ready to go. Washed beautifully, and I'm a little bit in love with it, I've got to say. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So talking about alterations, the top that I've got on today is the Helen's Closet Jackson, which I've got like hacked to my waist, so if I stand up you'll be able to see that. Now what I've got on with it is the Stylark Norman jumpsuit, which is this one just here. But it's no longer a jumpsuit. Now, I love this, but I just wasn't reaching for it, and I made two. I'll pop some pictures in so it's easier to sort of explain what I did. So, sorry, I'd made three. I did a toile in like a suiting fabric, which is red and white, which I might also hack as well. You know how sometimes you see somebody in something and you love it, but I just wasn't reaching for it. I don't know if I'm just not a dungaree sort of a girl. So yesterday I was wearing, I'll pop this picture in, the Swaro pants from Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple, cropped ones. I'm so channeling spring, even though it doesn't feel very spring-like. And a white top, which is the Peppermint Magazine Paddington top. Which I did have to hem, because when I made it last year, I think I was wearing it tucked in. I hadn't actually hemmed it. So it is hemmed now. I had to shorten it a bit and I did hem it. So it just made me think my lifestyle has changed quite a bit. Obviously I'm not going to, I do go to work on a Saturday, but I'd usually wear a dress for work then. I thought I could do with some more like wide leg pants. I loved the Swaro trousers from Friday Pattern Company. They were kind of my vibe last year and the end of the year before, and I'd stopped wearing my Sapphire trousers by Tilly and the Buttons, but I really enjoyed wearing them yesterday. And I thought, I think I could do with some more casual tops and trousers. I know it's that cosy pyjama thing, but I don't want to wear a dress every day when I'm at home. No reason why I can't, but I think I'm gonna need or want to have more trousers. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, I've just chopped the top off these basically. So I don't think I've still got them because I emptied the bins last night. So I basically laid the Sapphire trousers on them. I do feel that the Norman jumpsuit has quite a low crotch, which I'm fine with. But I tried to gauge how high up I needed to cut it to then be able to just fold it over and pop some elastic through. Now, the size that I've done fits me fine as the jumpsuit, but it wasn't massively wide on the hips, so it was a bit of a gamble with this first pair, which are in like a purple linen. We'll put some pictures in. So basically that's what I did. I just rotary cutted, used my quilting ruler, cut them off 2 inches lower than the hole. However, I should say that I had extended the bodice of the jumpsuit by 1 inch. So I'd already made this part 1 inch longer. So effectively, if you've not done that, it would be 1 inch under the armhole. Hope that makes sense. And I'll show you on the denim ones, because then once I'd done this, I did this as well. It took me 45 minutes to do both pairs. I'm in for the win. Now they're quite culotte-ish, but I really like them. So I was thinking of the indigo. Sorry, I just found a thread. Let me just cut it. There we go. The Sapphire trousers have a flat front, which I don't know if I love or I don't. I think it depends on the belly situation at the time. But what I found I preferred with them, because it tells you not to put elastic in the front, but I found that the front just didn't have any structure to it. So I started to put elastic in the front, but not stretched, just so it's there to support, and then elastic in the back to bring the back in a little bit. So that's exactly what I've done with these. So they are flat at the front and then you've got the elastic in the back. And my labels were downstairs, so I just stuck a bit of ribbon in so I knew which was the front and which was the back. So obviously once I cut them off, they were overlocked, excuse me, and sewn. I just went up each of the seams just to finish that off again so it wasn't going to fray. I literally turned it over. I didn't thread the elastic through. What I did was I sort of started, say, here in the back, and I put a pin on the side seam here, kept it flat and put a pin there and a pin there. I'd put the elastic round me to see how long I wanted it, and then when I got to here I joined these two ends together. I'm really hoping this makes sense, so that I just stitched around it, so that gave me the flat front and it gave me the back, which I'm just really over the moon with. I'm going to thread. It was late last night. So I feel that I've got two pairs of quite long floaty trousers, which these ones are purple, so I could wear, well, anything pink, white, grey. I've got lots of different tops that I can wear with them. I've also got I've got a purple checked sagebrush top. I've got a pink sagebrush top that would go with these. I've got navy. I've got a black like cheesecloth one. They would all go with these pants and also with these. And I've got sort of, obviously with this being like a chambray denim, I could wear any colour with this. So I'm quite over the moon with my little self, because I'd kind of thought about it and thought, don't know if it'll work. So obviously I didn't cut them both just in case it didn't work. But I feel like I've got something that I'm going to use a lot more now. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. So I will pop them over there. So if I haven't already, I'll pop some pictures in of me wearing the purple ones and you can see what they look like. So yeah, the pattern I was referring to is the Style Arc Norman, which is, it's a very easy make. But I think I'll definitely hack it and use it as a trouser pattern again. Okay, what else have I got done? I feel like there's a lot, isn't there? For me, there's a lot. So I've done some cutting out as well. Now, let me grab this dress. You may remember this was in two parts. So it is the Style Arc Judy. It's number 3, not Style Arc, Fibre Mood. It's number 3. And I do keep mentioning, to make it slightly more fitted, I just bring it in from under the arm to the waist. I probably bring it in by about 1 inch at the waist, so I take about 4 inches out the waist altogether. So I just needed to finish this off. I had the top made and I needed to join the bottom on, which I have done. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. So it has a curved waist coming to a point and then out and round and then just straight at the back. This is like a bluebell viscose. There's no ruffle or anything on. I've hemmed it up and yeah, she's good to go and I love her. The only thing I'm not sure of is if I'll take it on holiday, because it does tend to crease a lot and I don't do ironing on holiday, I'm not going to lie. But I've got plenty of opportunity to get that little swishy number on. I'll take a photo of myself wearing it and I will pop that in so you can see it. So there's always a so with me. If you've not met me before, my brain works a bit randomly at times and I like to just go for it and try different things. I have no idea how this is going to work, but I'm really hoping that it does. I got this fabric, it's a cotton lawn, and Vicky, who is the Fibro Sewist on Instagram and also now on YouTube. So she is a sew tuner, she goes to Sew Tune and she also comes to A Stitch in Time, which is our other social sewing group. And I'm getting to know Vicky really well and she's lovely and she's just launched a YouTube channel. So I will put a link in the description box, please go and check it out. What can I say about Vicky? Her sewing is really, really good and I like her sense of style, I like her sewing. I think she's quite trained in maybe graphic or art, so her artwork's really good as well and she's just lush. So she'd brought this fabric and I think when I shared it with you last time, I was thinking about making a patina blouse. Anyway, last night I thought there might be just enough for a patina and I haven't made it yet. Last night I just thought, no, I know what I'm going to do with that. So about 9:15 last night, I was cutting out a top version of the Judy dress, because I love the sleeves on this dress. I love the dress, but I love the sleeves. So what I've basically done is I've extended the bodice down by, I think maybe about, I'm going to say 12 inches, but I don't think it's as long as that. When I've finished it, I'll kind of let you know. I've lengthened it quite a bit because I don't want it to be too short. And the pattern pieces from under the arm sort of come out like this. So I've just continued that down. So I know what my hip measurement is, and I know what my waist measurement is. But I just want to make sure that there's enough room in it. I'm comfortable with that because once I've sewn it, I feel that I can, you know, if it's too wide, I can bring it in, I can curve it, I can shorten it, I can play with that, but I just wanted to make sure there was enough of that to get me started. I know that the shoulders fit me lovely, I know the sleeves fit me lovely, so I did think about bringing it down and putting a ruffle on, and I always love how that looks on other people, but it's just not me. I don't feel like even though my waist doesn't bring me in as much as it used to, I do feel like it brings me in, and I don't want to add any bulk with a ruffle to that area, but I do think it would work like that if you fancy giving it a go. So there you are, that is work in progress. I am at Sawtoon tomorrow, so this might be my make at Sawtoon because I'm quite used to making it and I don't need to hugely concentrate on it, although there's generally someone picking because that's just how it works at Sawtoon because we're too busy gossiping. And the final thing that I've got cut out this week, I shared with you a few weeks ago, is this fabric here, which is Minerva Viscose exclusive, and it was a blouse which lots of people have gone, oh, I love that blouse, and I was like, I know, I love it too. But I love the fabric and I wanted to make it into something more wearable for me. So I've gone to a favourite, which is the Style Arc Bell Dress. When I make this, I cut the front waistband on the fold. I've took out the seam allowance, so I don't put any buttons here, and I just cut two backs. I don't put any buttons down the skirt. I do faff on with the sleeves, so you can see you can do this one here, or you can do a plainer one. The ones I've done will finish on about that length there. So you can maybe see on the line drawings there, it's got a shirred back waist and then yoke detail here. So some of it I managed to get out of the top. I reused as much of that fabric as I could. I'd ordered some extra, I already had some extra, and I've got a metre left, which is going to be the ruffle. That's the only bit that I need to still cut out, but I think that'll be one of the makes that I just plod on with this week. So hopefully that'll be finished when I come back to show you it next week. I absolutely love this fabric. The colours are just so me. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll pop a link in the description box. There's going to be a lot of fabric links in the description box, isn't there? I do usually put any patterns and fabrics, if I remember, in the description box. Obviously if fabrics aren't still available, I'll just put a link to the website that I got them from. But that's kind of where I'm at this week. It's a busy one. I've had quite short vlogs recently, but I hope you've managed to stay with me till the end. I do have some dupes to share with you. Should I grab them? 2 seconds. If you were following Dotty Lifestyle, my other channel, I've sort of temporarily put that on hold. I don't know if I'm going to return to it. I just felt that trying to run 2 channels was putting a lot of pressure onto me, and I was busy trying to find things to share for the other channel, and I felt like it was taking me away from this channel, which is my heart. It's where I started from. So occasionally if I get something, a product that I like, I'll just drop it in on the end, and if it's not your bag, then you don't, you know. So these, obviously I'm in the UK, these are Sol de Janeiro dupes. So if you like that brand and you're in the UK, you might like these. So the first ones are available from Poundland in the UK. Poundland, where everything used to be a pound but no longer is. I think these were about £2 each, and I couldn't get them in our local store, which is not great as a store anyway. But I went online and got a couple of things and I managed to get them that way. So we've got, I mean, they really look like them, don't they? Brazilian Bliss Body Butter. So I'm using this at the moment. It smells incredible. Brazilian Bliss Body Wash. Now, I've got to be really careful with fragrances. As you know, I've got a lot of skin allergies. This isn't setting any of them off and smells absolutely gorgeous. We've got a body mist, which again isn't... It's just the smell, so indulgent salted caramel fragrance. And then this one is from Marks and Spencer, so you may be able to get this in other parts of the world, I don't know. And they've got a whole set of fragrances now which are dupes of famous fragrances, and this one is the Sol de Janeiro dupe. So it is white coconut. It comes in a grey box, and it's coconut, vanilla and amber, and the eau de toilette is £10. Now, I'm not reacting to it. I've got to really build myself up to a new fragrance, as you might have seen, because if I spray it on my neck, I can get a really bad rash that lasts about a week on my neck. So I've tried this. I love anything with coconut in, I've got to say, but this is such a good dupe. I smelt it in the airport. I'd already smelt this in the store. I smelt it in the airport when I went to France, and I thought, yeah, it just smells exactly the same. Now, it might not last as long. You can get smaller ones you can pop in your purse or your handbag, but you know, I think when you're doing that layering up of fragrances, it does make a difference. So I thought I'd share those with you. So there you go. Hope you didn't mind a little dupe sharing as well. So have a lush week, everybody. Whatever you're up to, wherever you are in the world, let me know. Drop some comments down below, and take care, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now.